Hello everyone, welcome back to another PBR battle, and in this one I was kind of I don't know how to say this. I was kind of indecisive. I said, should I lead off with Snova and Rupert? No wait, Snova, Kill and Rupert, or should I lead with Clefable, just in case he has a Glaceon and I activate the stupid Snow Cloak and I start missing like an idiot. One thing was certain, I really needed that Piloswine with me, so I was like, should I bring Snova later on? I don't know. So you can see that his team consists pretty much of evolutions, and I think from what I see that he said, you know what, Flareon is an evolution, but he's too slow and he doesn't have Flare Blitz, so why don't I use Infernape? Cool, because he really looks like an evolution. Anyway, so enough about this stupid small talk. Let's go into the battle. See, this was kind of a controversial. I thought that I had this in the bag, and I got a little cocky and arrogant. But this guy looks experienced. Wow, I need to fix my English. So I get the hail up, and I say, you know what, that Infernape is definitely going to go for the flamethrower, so let me trick him in. Aha, I have Protect. And that Jolteon's going to go for, maybe a Thunder, maybe a Thunderbolt on my Rupert. And I said, even if he gets Paralysis Lumberry, even if he, I don't know, I know that my Slowking can resist. So I was thinking, you know what, everything is going to go according to plan. So I actually had a lot of respect for this person, because I thought that he knew what he was doing when I saw what he was going to do in the first turn, and exactly on the first turn, after like 1 second, he just made me lose the entire respect. I started building up, so I go for the Protect because I can see an obvious fire move coming from Infernape. So he goes for the Rain Dance, and I'm going, he wants to negate the hail and get some thunders off and kill my Rupert, and then he goes for a flamethrower. So I was like, who goes for flamethrower in the bloody rain? Well, anyway, you see, the good thing with my Snova is that it provides coverage to my impression that I give to my opponents. You see, my opponent is going to see, he has a Snova, so maybe he has one of those in-game teams where he hasn't completely, filled his team in, and he was looking for a fill-in, just temporarily. And little do they know that when I get my Rigmamorph and I blast off some Blizzards or some Energy Balls, I actually kill stuff with Snow, and they're like, oh, so it was part of the plan. So Snova does provide a good coverage, and Sneasel, and Piloswine too. I mean, lots of people are going to say, why not use Mamoswine? He's a lot stronger. But it's not about the force, it's about using your favorites. And honestly, Piloswine, come on, who couldn't love Piloswine? I mean, he reminds me back in Generation 2 when you battled Bryce. Oh yes, it was Bryce or Price, I don't remember. And he had that Piloswine, he had 2 Swinubs and a Piloswine. I was like, oh, cool ice type, it's like awesome. Anyway, so when this guy decides to pick moves, I'm like, you know what, let's switch Snova out here, because I really do not want to get any damage on him, and I do not want to risk Blizzards missing. So he switches out in his Infernape, and I started kicking myself because he switches into this. So I'm going like, very, very good prediction. I said I should have used Brian because he also got the rain up. So he goes for, look at this, he goes for a Thunder, and my Slowking lived, and I said, how could it live a Thunder from a Jolteon? That is like beyond imagination. So I'm going like, you know what, I really want to take this thing out now. I mean, like, it's a gift from the gods that I did not lose. So I'm like, I'm going to take the risk, because Flamethrower is not going to do an awful lot, and I do not want to charge that Jolteon up with Volt Absorb by using Thunderbolt. So I'm going, hey, why don't you go for Blizzard? And I'm like, yeah, if you miss, you're going to be kicking yourself for the rest of the day. So I said, you know what, let's take our chances, because, a little gamble doesn't hurt. So the respect thing is back on. I mean, he switched into Zumbreon, predicting the psychic, or I don't know, maybe he just didn't want the water move on Infernape. Anyway, so I go for the brine, and that does well over half because it's brine. I think it's better than surf. So thankfully Jolteon goes down, so I will not be seeing any more thunder, so I get to keep freeze hacks. I get to keep my my Slowking around for another turn. So Umbreon doesn't get any attacks off, doesn't get any of those annoying status moves off, so that's always good. But another stupid thing that my opponent does here, which made me lose my respect, or I can't say lose my respect, it's like, are you serious, man? I mean, come on, why would you do that? I mean, do you know what you're doing? I mean, first of all, Rain Dance and Flamethrower, and then I'm gonna see what he does next. So he sends in his Espeon, and I'm saying, wow, major offensive force, Shadow Ball coming from a mile away, I better kill that thing now, unless it protects and I'm screwed. So I said, you know what, you can go for it. I mean, that Umbreon's going nowhere, he's frozen. But knowing my luck, it's obviously gonna thaw out next turn. So, I'm waiting for my opponent to pick up his moves, as if they were dropped on the floor, and he says, come on, pick up time. Anyway, so you're gonna love the Slowking. I mean, he does another very helpful, it's like a helping hand for my Clefable. I mean, like, they both finish the Espeon off, and that is very good news because I don't feel threatened by Umbreon, and I can say like hello in Infernape. So he falls out, and watch this. The second stupid move he does is that he uses Moonlight in the rain. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I don't know what he was thinking. So this is obviously a bulky set kind of thing, Umbreon. I don't know. Anyway, so he sends out his Infernape, and I've been expecting this thing like forever. So like here's a brine. You're going down because I know it doesn't have that great special defense, and in the rain plus stab plus Slowking special attack at maximum, it is gonna leave a very big dent. So I said, you know what, just in case it doesn't kill, which I didn't think it wasn't gonna kill, I just wanted to get that Infernape out of the way so I could safely bring in my Nova next turn. So watch this. This turn is quite interesting. Once my opponent picks his / her moves, the annoying thing about Umbreon is that it's very specially defensive, and if you do not have like a super attacking force, you cannot bring down an Umbreon that easy, unless you have like a very good fighting type or a bug type. Which, spoiler alert, I am going to be using a very important bug type in the future, and it's not going to be anyway. So I get my Brine off and kills the Infernape as expected, but I chose to double team it just in case it has a focus sash like many of them do. So it goes down, which is very good news. That means I can actually split my attack both ways and get a bit of damage on Umbreon. So Umbreon goes for the Dark Pulse, and I said like, okay, goodbye Rupert, and he's like, no, I'm going to live because I don't want to disappoint my trainer. So he's like, okay, the rain stopped, which means Twisted Dimensions are also going down, so like I need to get the Trick Room back up here, and I have the best tool ever because I can get the Trick Room up and I can get it safely with Follow Me, so whatever he does can be sponged easily by Clefable. And I'm like, aha, follow me, just attention whore Clefable here, attention. So he goes for the Confuse Ray. I don't know, maybe he was like thinking, aha, I can get a Confuse Ray, and if I get Confusion Hacks he won't set up a Trick Room again, but aha, no, Follow Me, which is very useful this turn. So I'm thinking, yeah, I got the Follow Me off, I got the Trick Room up, so it's like, let's kill stuff again. So Brine, yeah. No, let's actually slack off a bit, he's done very well, he deserves to slack off just a little bit. So I am going to be using Snova, and I'm like, okay, yeah, get out of there. I want to use Snova, I want to finish this with Snova, because Snova is awesome. Snova kill, it's one of the best nicknames I've ever come up with. Slack off, come off, anyway. So I get all that delicious HP back. So he gets a Dark Pulse off and it does nothing because, you know, it's like, yeah, special defensive, and Umbreon's not that very specially offensive, so it's not gonna be doing that much. So
it's hailing in the Coliseum again. Slowking starts to attack. Hit. A fierce blow. Umbreon barely holds on. Taken out by the avalanche of falling hail. The game is now over. It's a total victory for the blue corner.